don't see them no more. They love when I talk that. Roll by the car lot when bought it. Call case at the case and a phone. They will watch you give a yeah. I live that they rapping back, carrying them back what they carrying back. They ain't roll my but we.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Houston Texans. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Reset.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Now a man who began with the Raiders, it's Latavius Murray. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again is Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Past the 20. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 44 yards. The Texans with a first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. They'll run here with Freeman. scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. From the gun, here's Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw with the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. First and 10 at the 18. On first and 10, here's Carr. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10.
Get down.
To throw again, Carr. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well. And he's got it.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Carr throwing on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9.
Now, 694.
Throwing now is Carr. And he finds Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's at the 30. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got it first and goal at the 6.
Now, you ready?
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get them in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Looking to throw on second down. Carr, and that's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's third down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Carr now on third and goal. The quick slant caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Seth Roberts, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. The point after is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out. Freeman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
It was 4th and 2, and somehow he managed to get 3. Great leg drive and plenty of determination.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down, it's Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now a play fake. Carr. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Bernardrick McKinney in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
637.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Escaping the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Come back, come back. 2 jet, 2 jet.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 51 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics.
And the Raiders have got him.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Come back, come back.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left, and this is caught inside the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Now Stephen Gostkowski on for the extra point. Gostkowski with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Roberts on the return. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Play action. Now it's Carr. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
808.
Carr now on first down. Flush to his right. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Right there, they caught him in zone defense and went to the hitch. And because they're in zone, that creates a natural space between the defenders and the receiver, able to get it to him quickly and let him get upfield. To
throw on 2nd down. Carr underneath for Miller. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Again, it's Carr. Shelling through the defense. And he checks this one down to Williams. And now past another. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Carr now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. Carr to throw again. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. The 40, 20, 10, and they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Roberts on the return. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jadeveon Clowney able to get him for a loss of about 3.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Now he's going to let it go deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They go play action here on first down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Cooper was the intended target. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Watson now. Going to throw again. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Bruce Irvin. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Later, 2. Get down, get down. You ready? Hey, 7:34.
On play action, it's Carr. Rolling to his left. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw his Carr. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The final shot here before half for Carr. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And this one is incomplete. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. Roberts on the return. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Second half begins with a run from Miller. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
694.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 16. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Tiger, tiger, tiger. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down, couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt.
Come back, come back.
They're going for it. It's Watson. Buying time to his left. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now the backup, A.J. McCarron. Wide open receiver complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
No. Check. Patriot. Detroit.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete here.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Here we go. 3-19.
Back to the air on second down. It's McCarron. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
And the blitz does come. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. He finds an opening past the 40. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Houston. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. McCarron now to throw. And Cook has it, left side. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still, no yardage. Okay.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They do go for it. It's McCarron. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
Now it's McCarron on play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. A.J. McCarron looking to throw.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
All right, here we go.
On 3rd and long, it's McCarron. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a 1st down. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. McCarron now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Gone!
Here's McCarron to throw. And complete right side to Cook. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back now in Houston. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And that's complete. It's the Carr-to-Cooper connection. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the play. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here we go now.
McCarron eluding the pressure right. Under pressure, down he goes. sacked at the 10. Bernardrick McKinney in there to get him again. The third time he sacked him here tonight. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Leopard! Leopard! Now let's go! Blue, line it!
From the gun, it's McCarron. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal.
Now let's go! Blue, line it! Blue, line it!
Shotgun snap for McCarron. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
On first down, it's Watson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing again is Watson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Reset. Tiger.
Watson. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the 2nd half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. Flush to his right. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be a 2nd down. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and the field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now McCarron. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Roberts. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Gone!
Now a play fake. McCarron. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. McCarron and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Working from the gun here, McCarron. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game.
Watch it now, Barney!
McCarron from the gun on 3rd. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now McCarron, he's got to have this one. He finds Roberts, complete. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. To throw, it's McCarron. Felt compelled to go for it there. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And Watson's going to throw it here. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Watson. Steps away to his left. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the... And that's caught inside the 35. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Target. Hey, blue 8.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And that one is incomplete, and now we're inside of 10 seconds. Just 9 remain. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is McCarron. Eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, 3rd down here. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a